And I mean, we have a bunch of choices. True just came out. Are we going to see Terminator again? I don't think so.
I think we're gonna see a Zerg. I think we're gonna see a Zerg, guys. I think so.
Oh hell no! I almost cursed. I'm like, oh yes, you're right. Like,
right, yeah, it's going to be a Zerg. And I think it's going to be Rogue.
I definitely hope
think it could be Rogue or maybe Rogue.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Feeling Rogue on this one.
Could be Rogue or it could be. Yeah, it's gonna be Rogue. Let's face it, guys. It can't be Armani, right? I mean.
No.
But we weren't expecting Bunny either. We could definitely see Armani at this point. Like I'm not gonna throw it out the window until we see it. Who's that? Who's that?
It's Rogue.
That's Rogue. All right.
Well, he's back. I guess maybe they feel a little bit more confident in his ZBT, and they're deciding to send him out here once again. What's the map, actually? I didn't get to look at that.
I believe it's Overgrowth, if I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong? It is Overgrowth.
So, yeah, good Zerg map. I guess it makes sense. You know, maybe Rogue was practicing for this map, regardless of who he was going to come out against.
It's a good map for Zerg. A lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying it's the map. I think yesterday, it was TLO who said like it was the map that Zergs hate the least. But I'm not exactly sure what that means exactly. But
definitely not a bad map at all.
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite maps in the pool.
Yeah, very open kind of center, which is great for engagement. So yeah, I mean it's a good map for Zerg.
Certainly. Well, let's jump into game number 3. Things are tied up. One of these two teams is going to take that 2-1 lead. Will it be CJ? Will it be JINAIR? Let's find out right now on Overgrowth.
Up here in the top right in the yellow for CJ Entus, the Terran player, it's Bunny.
Really impressing us last time in his TVZ. Playing against another Zerg here. Down the bottom left in the green, it's Rogue. And really curious to see how this one's going to play out. I want to take a look at that production tab actually again. Yeah, again, like a much faster actually earlier worker, like significantly. I always notice these things. I've cast so many days of StarCraft that like when somebody's late on their drone, I notice it, and he's late on his drone. It's actually significantly late on that. If I'm not mistaken, either that or the SCV was late. One of them was like very late. But anyways,
you're watching it like a hawk.
I always watch a production because I know it's a 6 pool. I'm always excited if that happens too.
Sure, that's exciting. 9 pool, 6 pool. Very hard against Terran these days. But, you know, good against CC first at the very least.
Yeah. That build a bit rarer these days. Most people still favoring the Reaper expand. I think that we will see that again here from Bunny.
Yeah, would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a very straight-up game.
Yeah.
Considering what we just saw, I think we could see a very solid straight-up macro turn.
I feel like it's a little bit harder to harass on this map as a Terran at the Zerg's 3rd base and the 4th. If you take the safe 4th, that is, to the bottom right, it's a little bit tougher to actually get over there as the Terran by ground. You can fly over there, sure, but you always got to worry about mutas. If you try to take the gold base, though, then you're playing super greedy, and there's a lot of different ways the Terran can get over there by ground. You can get up behind that base and kind of siege up that location with Marines, Marauders, lift up, elevator in and out, and do sorts of harassment like that. So usually can't take that as your 4th unless you're really ahead. Yep. Or the Terran player is just playing pretty defensively.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, most of the time on this map, we see Terrans take the center sort of base as the 3rd base. It's because it's like a kind of a staging point for their pushes and where they fall back to. So taking that bottom right 4th can happen, but it can be a bit of a problem if the Terran has control, has kind of like rhythm, and is parade pushing your 4th base.
Do you prefer the base that's to the north of the main as the 4th instead?
Yeah, it's hard to choose. I'd probably take the middle one, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, it's got a tower in the middle too, a Xel'Naga tower, which can see everything. So both have their kind of like drawbacks. But you know, you can defend either once if you have decent enough creep spread.
Yeah, that kind of base, you know, makes your base more compact, kind of all together rather than having your main base super far away from your 4th. But like you said, each has its merits and deficits. We just saw the GG girls holding up CJ with the Thunder Sticks. That was pretty cool.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Catherine. Terran fighting. Nice. And a bunch of emoticons there, or emotes, or I don't know, memes. things that are on the internet, on Twitch chat sometimes.
I think, is
I don't
the
know.
official term for it.
So, speed started here very early. Again, same build, just one Reaper. A little bit more aggressive with this one. I think there's a lot more opportunity to escape on this map than there is in Habitation Station, so can be a little bit more aggressive like that.
Yeah, it's a lot more open, so the Reaper can definitely poke in a lot more without worrying to die. Yeah, a lot different to the previous map, Habitation Station. Still got to be careful though, but he's got all the scouting he really needs. He knows what the speeding timing. He knows exactly what's going on, which is the most important part of having a Reaper opening.
Yep. Sure. That's the point of the build. Get all the scouting information you need.
Force some extra links. You know, it's definitely, in my opinion, the best build by far. It's like so good that it's hard to even like do another build. It's just like so far and above the best.
It just gives you complete map control. There's no reason not to do it unless you're going for some sort of wonky all-in.
We have a bit of a variation here. With those 2 Marines, he's going to continue to deny the Overlord. But this time he's hiding a 3rd CC in there. Not going to be doing a drop play, not going to be doing any fast Banshees or anything like that. Very late medevacs with this, but his economy is going to explode. And I feel like it's a smart build for the map because a 3rd base here is pretty easy for the Terran to take too. As long as you're not playing super greedy. You know, once you get a small force, it's really easy to control the map with those Hellions and then send your units over there to defend that base against run-bys and what have you.
No, definitely easier to protect, and it's also easier to protect against the scouting information from the Overlords. Like, all he needs is those 2 Marines, and it's really, really hard to get anything back there for the Zerg. So unless he somehow gets Zerglings into the main base, like, he's not going to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. We see that 3rd go down in decent timing. Once Speedling is online, it's a very comfortable time to get it before the Hellions are on the map, before Reaper Hellion becomes present and can kind of push the Zerglings back again. And the Zerglings kind of going to scout here, and they're going to see the Hellions maybe pull back. And this is actually going to make the Terran have to really be careful about when he moves out with these Hellions, because he doesn't want to do it too soon.
Overlord sack, not going to get much info here.
He gets the info showing that it's going to be at least bioplay.
Sure, that's very important to know. We do see a lot of mech on this map more recently.
Yeah, it's a very good mech.
And he made the Roach warning. He's making just 1 Roach right now. Going to help ward off these Hellions, I suppose. Okay, goes up to 5 now. And that's a little bit safer. Because he doesn't know if there's a Hellbat follow-up. Nice lift there.
You know, he was micing those Hellions back at, I guess he wasn't microing them too much as they were just only attacking the hatchery, but still focusing here while he lifts those supply depots. Pretty hard to do.
Yeah, well, he is microing them against the Queens. You know, he was definitely having to jump back and forth. Pretty impressive multitasking there. You know, again, we always get the players on the left's person view right in front of us, so I can go over there and watch him. He's obviously moving at lightning speed right now, bringing out the Widow Mines with his Hellions. And these creep tumors not even get to be queued. Actually, the Queen is probably going to die here. The Roaches are out, but they're not here. Are they going for a counterattack or something? I'm not really sure what the plan is.
Yeah, it looks like it, actually.
He might actually lose this base. Like, it's getting pretty low.
I mean, they're coming from behind, so they may be trying to go for us around, so they can't really get there, but they can't really get out. But still, killing 2 Roaches here, and the Hellions just too fast. They're able to run down that side ramp.
And all of this, you know, occupation he has with these Hellions is going to keep him focused on that and not on the 3rd base, which has now been landed while he's doing that barracks powering up in the main here. To continue to make reactors with that factory. Its job is done for now. Yep. And things are looking pretty good for Bunny right now, all things considered. I mean, these Roaches haven't accomplished too much. His upgrades are far ahead. Widowmine kills a Queen, and it looks like maybe gets another Roach.
Yeah, some nice little run. But, I mean, at the same time, he did get to drone up his 3rd base pretty comfortably. Those Widow Mines weren't close enough to the mineral line to lose drones or anything like that. All he had to do was really make a Spore Crawler and kind of just camp it and wait. So that was the only aggression that was going to come for the 3rd. So
yeah.
At the same time, Rogue is pretty comfortable, and he is creep spreading out. Not the best creep spread we've seen, but it's enough to kind of get to that 4th base in time for any sort of Terran push.
He's gone up to a massive amount of drones, 72 already. And you know, my concern for him is really what's going to happen here in a second once this Terran army hits like 1 or 2 more waves of production, because he's going to have combat shields. He's got 1-1. He's got stim. He's going to have a lot of units. There's only a Baneling Nest being added now. Baneling Speed's not going to be ready. And during this moment in time, he's going to have to really be defensive. So if he can hold on to what he's got with all those drones, he's going to be in a great spot. But from what we saw from Bunny already earlier, it's not going to be an easy thing to do. Not as easy on this map. Personally, I don't feel to attack into the 3rd base location and attack that 4th base, but still, it's a scary Terran army right now.
Yeah. We just saw our observer pointing out that the 2-2 upgrades are not being added here for a while. I mean, he's got a lot of gas to at least add one of those, and just not deciding to do it, maybe not paying as much attention as possible. Look at this, the Hellbats are online, and a big Terran army, as you were saying as well. This Marine's going to be protected behind those Hellbats.
I think he was expecting to see a 4th base here, but it's just not started yet, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a macro hatch, but no 4th. Oh, nice catch on these Marines over here. Actually, I'm not so sure if he's got enough Zerglings there. It looks like not quite.
Wow. Really nice play by Bunny. This guy is very, very solid, playing a very, very straight-up game and stopping the creep strat, which is very important. Stopping it, get to that 4th base in the middle, and we saw a Marine in the bottom right, also denying any sort of drone going down there. Got cleared up now, so we might actually see the hatchery go down bottom right.
Zergling's trying to hide over here, but do get spotted. And Baneling's speed so important right now. If he can hold off until then, he'll probably be fine. You mentioned those upgrades earlier, Brendan. You know, it's pretty even right now. Could have been a much better situation for Bunny had he started them right away. I love this Reaper just lurking over here, always seeing, you know, where the army is coming from. Even leaves a medevac over there as well to get some extra vision. Probably could just drop right on top of these Banelings. If he has Marauders, he's got one Marauder in there. Besides,
yeah,
not
like it. He's going for a counterattack over here. He's cleaning up all of that creep, so very, very good for that, especially later when he wants to take that gold base. Nice Banelings coming in here, but still a lot of Terran units here.
Yeah, but all the Hellbats have been cleared up, so the Marines will have to get out of there. 8 remain.
9 mutas about to pop, so these drops are not going to be as efficient as they once were. He's not going to be as reckless with them as he was before, because the Mulas are going to be able to punish that pretty hard. Way too many Marines here to fight with this group of Zerglings, but he does bring a lot of reinforcements. Again, all these Marines stacked up, going to trade well until they're overwhelmed, then pick up. Now he's going over here to this 4th base. See if Rogue could do better than True did on this. It looks like he will be able to save this. Only one group of units on the ground. And target some Mutalists down, it looks like.
Looks like the hatchery had already been going on for too long. Like, it was about to pop there anyway. So, but another attack is coming in here with a lot of Widow Mines as well. They're not burrowed just yet, but still the Muta's getting picked off here by the Marines.
So many Widow Mines, and he's also attacking the natural with a second force. This is really drawing Rogue into 2 different places here. He defends a natural, but he's not going to defend his 4th base. And I think this is a pretty good trade here for Bunny. He's got some more Widow Mines here to help out. The Roach count is actually being diminished quite significantly, and it's going to be all cleaned up here, but for what cost?
Oh, wow. He loses the 4th base, and he lost so much of his Ling Bling army. At the same time, double drop into the natural. Wow, Bunny is so good at this matchup. I was not expecting this.
He's looking really good. So coming out of nowhere, man. Coming out of nowhere. That one Marauder's like, I'm going to slow your mining by 25%. I'm a Mothership Core Time Warp right now, man.
And at the same time, Bunny's putting down the 4th base while continuing this parade push, which looks to be unstoppable at this point.
He's essentially doing exactly what he did last game. He's just got his upgrades out a little bit faster. I mean, he's going for the 3-3 now as well, and Rogue's forced back. He can't go for that 3-3. He can't get Hive, definitely. And
this is just so many Marines here. I don't think he has enough. There's no more Banelings, 12 of them morphing right now. They're morphing so close, too, actually. Some of them could be picked off here. And I think he's going to clean this up, but there's 2 Widow Mines inactive. Yeah, he cleans it up.
Yeah,
actually, despite that with his mutas, I'm not sure why he's so timid.
Well, he could, but it's going to be a big trade, especially when more and more Marines are being paraded in at this point.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he needs to fight them now, as he's doing right now, because if he waits, see, now they're here, and it's just too much. He needs more Banelings. He has only 13 Zerglings on the map. No Banelings morphing. He's got no gas for it. Another gas goes down, in fact. More Widow Mines rallying in. It looks like this parade push is actually just going to finish him off.
Wow.
GG.
He just GG's out. It was too much. The parade push killed too many of his mutas. He wasn't ready. And Bunny takes the second TVZ against JINAIR Greenwings. Me and Wolf are like high-fiving under the table. We got the sniper back here.
Yeah, you guys are doing well. Man, they definitely do not want to put another Zerg out against this player. He's simply just too good against it. They need to put out SOS. They need to put out someone that's going to deal with him.
Yeah, I definitely feel like putting out Rogue was basically for the map. I feel like maybe they thought, you know, he's practiced so much for this map, we weren't sure who he was going to face for, but he should be pretty solid. But Bunny was just a better TVZ player than Rogue was ZVT there. I mean, he got so far ahead with that such an early 3rd base. His upgrades were out so fast, and he basically did the same thing. He was going to the main, to the 4th, and then the natural as well, doing 2 drops there. And there was a time when Rogue was trying to defend that 4th base, but he just like, he couldn't be in 3 bases at the same time, so he just like pulled all his units away as well as the drones. And Bunny was just able to get that 4th base, and then from there it was like, well, you know, Bunny's got his own 4th base once again.
I want to see SOS on Frost. I want him.
Actually, looking at this lineup, I keep calling Armani, Adios, Armani. I didn't read it properly, but it looks like an A at the start, so I was thinking I'm running. My bad, guys. My bad.
No worries. Yeah, you said that earlier, but I knew you were just probably just saying it instead of another player by mistake. But
either way, we don't see either of those players very often.
no, we do not. There's a lot of players like on some of the older rosters on Wikipedia that I'm not even sure if they're like really even on the team. For example, there's a lot of debate about Avenge, for example, who just recently qualified for Code A, whether or not he's actually still playing for JINAIR, because he's, as far as I can tell, never at the studio. Not really sure, but we'll have to wait and see who plays. I want to see SOS. I think he's actually the right choice here. Can't let any more points go to this. I almost want to call him a rookie player, but like you can't let Bunny get any more points here. He's out of control, and SOS is a great player who can win multiple games in a row. Yeah. Frost is a great map, Protoss versus Terran. I think the best map we have in the pool for that matchup. Actually, really hard for the Terran to win there.